Ayo, back at it again with another video. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. So, within the past week or so, there was news that Israel murdered 7 aid workers. Got the photos of all of them. And there's been outrage, rightfully so, because the murder of aid workers is terrible and disgusting and a blatant war crime that Israel will not be charged for, because the United Nations is a useless political entity that has no power whatsoever. Obviously, there's been outrage since then, but liberals here in the United States are outraged and beside themselves and livid and foaming at the mouth that 7 mostly white aid workers were killed. But when thousands of brown children were bombed and killed and murdered, and their homes were destroyed and their communities brought to rubble, there was silence. There was crickets. There was not a peep of condemnation, but there was outrage, and there was the liberals here in the United States were outraged and foaming at the mouth that white aid workers were killed, but absolutely silent when brown children were murdered by Israel. I think it just goes to show that the age-old quote of scratching a liberal, a fascist bleeds, is more alive than ever. Scratch a liberal, a fascist bleeds. Because liberals are outraged that white aid workers were killed, but they were silent when brown children were murdered. Just goes to show who they actually are. Because when you scratch a liberal, a fascist bleeds. And I think that goes to show exactly the fact that there's a lack of backbone in American politics, because American politics is wholly controlled by the Israel lobby. There should be outrage for everybody that was murdered, not just for the aid workers. Obviously, there needs to be outrage for those taken from us, those murdered, providing help, providing aid. But there should also be outrage when thousands of children are murdered. But there's mostly silence. Scratch a liberal, a fascist bleeds. I'm going to wrap it up here before I get even more angry than I am. I'm going to wrap it up. I'll see you on the next video. Deuces.